Hi everybody, you're here with Amber at My Naughty Hobby, and today I'm going to be talking to you about attaching like curly cues, onto your amigurumi work, or I don't know, just as like an accessory to whatever. So I have this huge jumbo plush unicorn that I've been working on for a while. Well, about the last week, I want to say. And most of these curly cues, sorry, I have kind of a wonky camera setup, so I apologize if this isn't coming out real clear. But a lot of these I've already attached, and they're on there really good. I mean, this is intended for a child, and you want to make sure that your ends are secured and that the curly cue is on there well enough so it doesn't come off and become like a choking hazard or something else. And while we're talking about safety, I thought I should also mention that with as long as these curly cues are, it would probably be good to just let people know who are purchasing from you or who you're gifting it to that these might not be a great toy to have around real small children, as I could see where maybe these could cause some kind of a hazard. So keep that in mind and just keep your family and your clients safe when you're selling amigurumi stuff. So let's go ahead and get started on how to actually attach the curly cues. I've left one open here. Okay, I'm gonna let my camera adjust. So I had kind of already started. So here's my two tails that you will have after you finish your curly cue. You want to find the stitch that you want to attach it to, and I just kind of go in a line and see what works. Some people like to, be very precise in where they place them. Mine, as long as it's covering the head, I'm good to go. So first things first, you want to bring that one of the tails through the opposite side. Okay. And then we'll come over here and grab this one, draw it through. I should be using a bigger hook to grab onto it, but all my big hooks are upstairs. Okay, there we go. All right, so we have each tail piece attaching this curly cue on. I'm gonna pull it kind of tight. See it there? Then we're going to tie a knot, and I'm going to go ahead and double knot it on the front. This also kind of helps cover up the white of the stitch. Not that that part's really seen a whole lot. I went ahead and tied those. I like to flip the curly cue over and then do another double knot underneath. All right, it's good and secured on there. I like to tug just a little bit to see. Okay, where did my needle go? There it is. So here's the one we're working with. Get that out of the way. I guess I have a couple I haven't attached there. Okay. Using a wide-eyed needle, we're going to go ahead and sew these ends in, and that gives it extra security as well. I go through the outside loops. Oops, sorry. And then I just try to work through these stitches here. It's hard to see on this curly cue, but I will just weave back and forth. My magic number is always 3, because then has a harder time coming out on itself. 1. Make sure you're going through different stitches so you don't just pull out what you just weaved through. So there's the second pass. One more time. 3, and we're good. Snip that one. Okay. Same thing with the other end, only when I go in to sew the second end in, instead of bringing it over here and adding more bulk, I'm going to bring it over on this side. Same concept though. Make sure you're going through different stitches. Oops, that one kind of doesn't look that great. Okay, now that I'm up a little bit further, I'm going to bring it back down and do the weave through 3 times. So 1, oops, 2, and 3, right there. Going to snip that. There we go. Couple ends there. And then it's attached. You're good to go. So here's the hair attached. Okay. I'm going to attempt to take my phone out of the holder. Bear with me just 1 second. Okay. There we go. So you can see how the hair is lying. And I have a few more ends to tie in, but that's how you attach the curlicues. I hope you found this video helpful, and thanks for watching. Happy hooking!